Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back for the ABCs of Horror Challenge with my review of WRESTLEMANIAC. The ABCs of Horror is a challenge in which we make our way from A to Z, watching and reviewing horror movies that begin with each letter of the alphabet. We must go in order, and we cannot skip any letters. But we can do this at our own pace. I've arrived at the letter W, and for me, in the ABCs of Horror, W is for WRESTLEMANIAC. This here is my Anchor Bay DVD of the film. And I remember when this was first released. I used to see this DVD around everywhere. As someone who used to be a huge wrestling fan, it always caught my eye. For some reason, I never bought it though, and I don't know why. Between being a big fan of wrestling, a big fan of horror, and a big fan of Anchor Bay, it's crazy that I never picked this up. Then, not long before starting the ABCs of Horror Challenge, I found this DVD at a secondhand store and grabbed it without a thought. I bought a bunch of stuff that day, but WRESTLEMANIAC was probably my favorite find. I had always heard it was a really good slasher, and Jason had told me I would love it. And so, now that it was time to watch and review a horror movie that began with the letter W in the ABCs of Horror, I knew it had to be WRESTLEMANIAC. And before I get into it, can we just take a moment to appreciate the title? WRESTLEMANIAC. It's literally WrestleMania with a C. This is one of those situations when I feel it would have been a missed opportunity had they not gone with this title. It's perfect. WRESTLEMANIAC is a 2006 slasher film starring Rey Mysterio, Sr., and former WWE diva and Deal or No Deal girl, Layla Milani. She was pretty popular back when this was released. As soon as WRESTLEMANIAC began, I was instantly reminded of X, not the letter, the movie, by Ty West. Of course, WRESTLEMANIAC came first. A group of people in a van, driving through Mexico, are looking for a location to shoot a low-budget porno. Even these characters fit similar archetypes as those in X. They stop at an old gas station because one of the girls has to use the bathroom. While there, the owner warns them to keep on driving and not to stop at a nearby town. That town is the setting of a local legend. El Mascarado was a masked Mexican wrestler who one day went insane and started killing his opponents. He was sent to that town to receive treatment. Even with multiple lobotomies, El Mascarado could not be helped. Instead, he also killed everyone in town. Now, it has since been abandoned, turning it into a ghost town, boarded up with a locked gate. Obviously, that's not enough to deter stupid slasher characters. They drive straight to the ghost town and break in. It'll be the perfect place to film their porno, they think. Unfortunately, what they don't know is El Mascarado still roams the streets. One by one, the cast and crew are gruesomely murdered by the Lucho Lunatic, or WRESTLEMANIAC. And in true Mexican wrestling fashion, he follows the rules and rips off their masks, which in their cases means tearing off the faces of his victims. He even has a trophy room where he displays all of their faces on the walls. Okay, guys, this was awesome. Being the huge slasher fanatic I am disappointed in myself for not seeing this sooner. This has everything I could want in a slasher film. It has the by-the-book slasher formula, the typical slasher movie character archetypes, a maniacal masked killer, gory, gruesome kills, and gratuitous nudity. I love the ghost town setting, and the stalking scenes really impressed me in WRESTLEMANIAC. It seems a lot of slasher films, especially in the modern day, have done away with those. But that's where so much of the suspense is built. The stalking is the build-up to the chase scenes and the inevitable kills. And there are some really awesome shots of El Mascarado stalking his victims. There are also some cool transitions from the kills to the next scenes. WRESTLEMANIAC has top-notch pacing. The short runtime of only an hour and 15 minutes definitely contributes to that. And I love that the movie just commits to being what it is. A straightforward, by-the-book slasher film. There's even a bumper sticker on the van that says, "Keep it simple." And that's what WRESTLEMANIAC does. That's probably why it worked so well for me. It doesn't try to do too much. We get in and get out fast with what we want to see in a movie like this. Yet another thing that impressed me was the idea on how to stop the killer. I thought that was really clever. Slasher fans should love this one. Wrestling fans should love this one. Fans of horror in general should love WRESTLEMANIAC. As if I haven't been clear enough, I loved it, and I prefer WRESTLEMANIAC over X. Speaking of which, X is next in the ABCs of Horror Challenge. No, not the movie, the letter. Although the movie would be an option. Which horror movie beginning with the letter X will I watch and review? Check back soon to find out. But first, please be sure to support everyone else participating in this challenge. And if you'd like to join in, please do. Just start with the letter A, go in order, and don't skip any letters. Remember, we can do this at our own pace. Have you seen WRESTLEMANIAC? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. As always, don't forget, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.